Okay, fair enough. Well, then let's call our meeting to order. Welcome to the Board of Adjustment for City of Tempe for June 23, 2021. We have a somewhat abbreviated agenda, folks, and we're going to have some more discussion about how that agenda goes, but we thank you for joining us one way or another. First up, let's introduce those that we have with us tonight. I'm going to do this myself since we don't have a clear order of who would speak when. I am Chairman David Lyon. We are joined also by Board Member Jack Confer, Vice Chair James Frazee, Board Member Richard Watson, Board Member Whitney Baker, and Board Member Ron Key. Those amongst you who are paying attention will notice that that is only 6 out of our customary 7. We are a little shorthanded tonight, but we do have a quorum with which we can conduct business. Also, by way of city staff, we have joining us Mr. Steve Abrahamson, Mr. Ryan LeVake, Mr. Lee Jimenez, and Ms. Brittany Nelson. Also helping us out on the technical side is Mr. Greg Wolf. We thank you for your service. On our agenda tonight, first item is the approval of meeting minutes. Someone help me, please. What is the date of those meeting minutes? I don't have it open in front of me. There we are. Study session and formal meeting minutes for December 16, 2020. So it has indeed been a while since we have met. We have reviewed those meeting minutes and have not found any edits to be made, and we will therefore hear a motion regarding the approval as written. Can I hear a motion regarding the approval of the meeting minutes, please?
I'll make a motion to approve the meeting minutes and study session from December 16th.
This is Board Member Baker. I second the motion.
Okay, thank you. Motion to approve from Vice Chair Frazee and seconded by Board Member Baker. We'll now take a vote by way of roll call. Board Member Confer, how do you vote?
I vote aye. Thank you.
Vice Chair Frazee.
I vote aye.
Board Member Watson.
Aye.
Board Member Baker.
Aye.
Board Member Kiki.
I abstain. I was not in attendance.
Okay, thank you. And I vote aye personally. So the motion passes 5-0 with Board Member Key abstaining. Our next item of business is Victorium Tattoo. Because we have a short board tonight, we have discussed with the applicant the possibility of a continuance. So before we go any further, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to handle that item of business. Now is an appropriate time to have discussion about whether we should grant a continuance for the benefit of the public. Any variance requires 4 affirmative votes. And since we only have 6 members here as opposed to the full 7, you might argue it is slightly more difficult to get those 4 votes. We are not required to offer a continuance, but as a courtesy, we do that from time to time, and I'm willing to do that tonight. It is a matter of discussion amongst board members to see if they will approve and vote for that now. So board members, what are your thoughts on granting a continuance?
This is Board Member Baker. I guess my one concern is I need to know the date if we're going to move it to August, because July is not an issue. We need to talk about, who is going to be available if we move it to August. Depending on the date, I may or may not be.
Fair enough. We discussed in our study session that it would be continued to date certain. Possibility of the August 28th meeting, is it 28th?
No, that was July 28th.
Oh, you're quite right. Mr. Abramson, what is the August date?
25th of August, Chair Lyon.
Okay, 25th of August. So suggestion was made we should first poll our members to see if they will be available for that date, so we have a better idea of what attendance will be. I'd like to conduct that piece of business now. Board Member Comfort, can you be available on August 25th?
I will certainly try to. I try to attend every meeting that's agendized.
Fair enough. Vice Chair Frazee?
I should, yes, I will plan to be in attendance.
Okay. Board Member Watson?
Yes, I will attend.
Okay. Board Member Baker?
I will not be able to attend.
Okay. Board Member Teague?
I will not be able to attend.
Okay. And should we have that meeting on August 25th, I would be able to attend, I believe. So that tells us right there we would need to get 2 of our alternates, and then we'd still only have 6. There's one more we would need, since we have only 6 of us here, as opposed to the full 9 possible. We can't ask everyone. So that tells us we may have a difficult time doing the August meeting. All right, so having said that, let me pause and let's speak with our applicant for a moment. Mr. Jarvis?
Yes, sir.
Ordinarily, we are able to fill all 7 seats. We have 2 alternates in addition to the 7 regular members, and typically we have our full quorum. Having said that, I wouldn't blame you if you look ahead and say, well, August doesn't sound like it's necessarily going to be much better. Do you wish us to continue to consider a continuance to the August date?
No, given the difficulty with calendaring for some of the board members, perhaps we could just keep it to July 28th. I was excited about the possibility of being in a live session in August. I much prefer to be in the same room with everyone. This year plus of virtual hearings has been a frustration for a guy like me, but let's just go with July 28th, if that works for all of the members that are in attendance today, and we'll hope that the 7th seat can be filled.
Okay. All right. I certainly appreciate live meetings myself. Well, okay. So, board, I would like us to consider then a July 28th meeting. You may not be disposed to do so, but I, as a courtesy, would like to at least extend discussion of such. So, board members, what are your thoughts on meeting July 28th, continuing this case till then?
This is Board Member Kegi. I would support that.
Okay. Board Member Comfort?
Mr. Chairman, members of the board, just a general question, because I'm always cognizant of open meeting law. Are we able to make a motion to continue this when it's not agendized? There's been no notice to the public that we would be considering a continuance?
We are.
Thank you.
We are. We do not need to agendize a continuance motion. And they are, I wouldn't say common, but I have seen a reasonable number of them approved over the years. Now, having said that, we did have some discussion earlier in study session. Board Member Confer, if you'd be willing, I would suggest this would be a good time to restate those comments if you're willing.
Mr. Chairman, thank you. This is coming up, and I don't know how long I've been on this board, maybe 4 or 5 years. It's come up infrequently, maybe once or twice or 3 times over my tenure here. And my understanding was that before I got appointed to the Board of Adjustment had some trouble getting meetings done because they didn't even have a quorum showing up for them. So over that 4 or 5 years, I think we've had great attendance. We've done all the meetings we've had to, and we've overcome that obstacle that we had in the past. And Steve can correct me if I'm wrong. It's my opinion that when city staff has gone to the expense of setting up this meeting, the time for staff to be here in attendance, all the agenda items, and all that expense at taxpayer dollar, that we're just kind of wasting that money and those resources. It's my personal opinion. And my knowledge of state law is that if you have a quorum, you can conduct the meeting. So my seesaw, when I look at it, when I'm looking at that seesaw, nose to the public, time, expense, we're here, we can get it done. My opinion is, why not? That does not take away the applicants want to have a live meeting in August or have a full board. In my experience, boards, commissions, probably 25% of the time don't have a full panel, but yet they get the job done. So that's where I'm coming from with my opinion. And although I don't agree with it, if the majority of the board wants to vote for continuance, I'm just not in agreement with that. And it's come up once or twice over the last couple of years. So that's my opinion, and that's where I'm coming from with my statements. So I hope that helps a little bit.
Okay. Thank you, Board Member Confer. Other thoughts, other comments? All right, seeing none, I suggest we entertain a motion. Anyone wish to put that motion forward? It can be in the affirmative or in the negative.
I'll make the motion. This is Board Member Keggy. Chairman Lyon, I move that we continue item number 2 on the agenda, request to reduce the separation requirement between tattoo shops from 1,320 feet to 490 feet for Victorium Tattoo, located at 516 South Mill Avenue, to the July 28th Board of Adjustment meeting.
Okay, do I hear a second?
I'll second that motion.
Okay, motion to continue from Board Member Kege, seconded by Vice Chair Frazee. Board Member Confer, how do you vote?
I vote nay.
Vice Chair Frazee.
I vote yes.
Board Member Watson.
I vote aye.
Board Member Baker.
Aye.
Board Member Kege.
Aye.
I vote aye as well. Motion passes 5-1 with Board Member Confer in dissent. Okay, so we will in fact continue Victorium Tattoo until July 28th. We look forward to speaking with you then. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. If you are able, please join us on July 28th if you wish to make public comment. If not, you may also submit your comments by way of emails or letters, and they will be made part of the permanent record, and we will in fact read them. All right, Mr. Abramson, do you have any announcements you wish to make?
Chairman Lyon, members of the commission, no, I do not.
Okay. Well then, ladies and gentlemen, we are adjourned. Thank you for attending and for your participation, and we look forward to seeing you next month.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.